So basically, I bought new palettes from Sayami Art, I think, in Shopee. Yes. So I bought a acrylic one with 15 half pans with a silicone pad. I removed the silicone pad because I overfilled the half pans too much so that it won't bulge out, so that it won't seep over the cover, so that I can close it down. And this one is a 24 half pan plastic palette. It's a bit loose on the side here. I'm gonna find a solution how I can make it tight fit so that it won't be cumbersome. So that's all. This is our all thrifted tubes. Basically, this is a UK WHS Smith tubes. I don't know if it is an equivalent of a generic brand of watercolor tubes, but I had 24 and some more leftovers. And here in my acrylic drawer, I have more of the Winsor Newton. This is a Cotman. I have a single tube of a Winsor Cotman Lemon U 8 ml. And I have a Winsor Newton Artist watercolors in 5 ml. So Naples Yellow, Sap Green, Bandite Brown, Cobalt Turquoise. So I have a Cobalt Turquoise. No focus. I have a Cobalt Turquoise, a permanent blue. It won't focus. I have a hard time making it focus. I don't know why it won't focus. Never mind. And I have a olive green. I have a single tube Holbein artist. I don't know how to pronounce its name, so I'm just gonna deal with it. Holbein, I think. It's artist watercolor in gold. I bought this from Devere years ago. And my tubes are just thrifted at the Sunday flea market at the Japanese UK surplus. And I have some knicker colors in gouache. So yellow ochres. I have a beautiful French red. This is my favorite. I'm glad I have a big tube. And here's more of the Winsor Artist watercolor. Rosienna. And I have this one is permanent green. I don't know why it won't focus. as much, and I'm having a hard time making it focus. And I have a burnt sienna. I also thrifted this big, not really a big, it's a palette of a Kuretake transparent watercolor with all the pans, but none of the permanent black liner and the water brush. These are mine. I bought it years ago. I had it since 2019, I think, 2018. And this one was also bought in a sale for 15 pesos. And this one is I think this is a Kurotake 2 or not. Maybe it's a Sakura brand na water brush pen. And this is just a common pipette I bought from Daiso. Just those. And we have all the 14 colors. I'm glad I bought a lot of thrifted art supplies, knowing that I don't have much budget since I'm not employed in any permanent state whatsoever. And that's that. I also have this box of old, probably vintage Holbein watercolors, and they are really vintage. They went through a lot. I don't have this peach black in any pan because I couldn't repan it because the tube is too fragile to open. Yeah. And I have this in vermilion. This one I retube, and I cut off half of the metal tube because it was too fragile and broken and bursting. It would spill the contents, the pigment or the watercolor inside. And I have a cerulean blue, a light red, more like a burnt sienna. It's like more brown than red. And I have a beautiful sepia. This one I decided to repan because I like the color. It's not black, it's not brown, it's dark, a dark color. Sorry. So this one too I thrifted for 20 pesos. It's a wide water brush pen. So every time I go to the Sunday flea market, Japanese UK surplus, I would always look for art supplies, materials I can use, and for sewing, for arts and crafts, for crafting stuff, for displays and bottles. I have some here. Although I have to clean it up. It's not in a good condition. It's full of vegetable glycerin I use for smoothing watercolor and preserving it somehow. Although I need to find a better substance, a better liquid to use for reactivating my dried gouache, my dried watercolors, rather than this glycerin, because after all, it's still vegetable. I have a fear that it would make my watercolor mold as my gouache do. My box set of Himimiya gouache. This one too is thrifted. It's a Dr. P.H. Martin's India ink permanent. It's 35 pesos. I bought it for 35. I have many. I have a whole table of thrifted art supplies. I have pencils, fine liners, colored pencils, leads, triangles. I have triangles. I have rulers. I have black brush pens, permanent brush pens that you can buy a refill with. I usually just stand them up here most of the time because I fear that they might leak. The black ink might leak. So this is what I've been busy with the new year, because I wanted to use more. Because I don't want to keep buying with this fear of missing out. Because I have decided not to visit the Sunday flea market every Sunday, because I'm trying to save my money. And I also have, knowing that I also have more art supplies than I have ever in my life. Only through thrifting, which is a good thing for me since I don't have much of a budget. I'm lucky I have thrifted stuff like this that I can use. Plus, I have a resolution with the coming year that I might as well use this stuff. I'm not gonna take it to the grave when I die. It's not. I have a huge fear of death. It becomes an irrational anxiety at this point. But I'm trying to look at life with a positive way by using stuff I have rather than saving them for something special occasion. There's no special occasion in my life. There will never be again. Every day will be a special occasion for me. I'm just regurgitating. What was that word? I'm just repeating words I think I read before in tweets and social media. But yeah, that's all. I have art supplies more than I could think now, and maybe I should, not maybe, I should take my art more seriously and my life more seriously. Yeah, so that I could, have no regrets in life and move on in a more positive way, in a much more creative, intentful, earnest, sincere way of living. And I want to make art, and this is what I wanted, and this is what I see myself until the end to do so. And by the way, I have this sketchbook. I like making color charts. It's like a multiplication table for me. See, I have this one. This is full of Winsor & Newton artist watercolor. At least the ones that I have. So it's 7 colors of Naples yellow until cobalt turquoise. And I have a Holbein artist watercolor too. The one in the box that I shown. And I didn't make a multiplication table of the sepia, pitch black, and ivory black because I think they would muddy my chart too much. And I do have a knicker color in a tube gouache. I hope I could buy a complete set of this one day because they are so much nicer than the jelly gouache and the Pebeo gouache that I use. I have here. I used to use a Pebeo gouache, but I think these are too hardy in texture that I couldn't blend it well. In the Himimiya jelly gouache, there are 2 jelly for me. It takes me many layers until I could reach opaque. Because I like to blend my stuff well through layers. I don't do the hard layers. I have this. It's a tulip art. This is a new sketchbook. It doesn't have much. It only has swatches of my art supplies. I'm planning to swatch everything I own so that I could have a outlook, an idea on how they perform on certain papers, because I do have another one, another sketchbook. This one is it has a lot of art PH stickers by their field notes, Mart's PNG, here in their after, Celodal, Emilio. I have Gaby's prints with Dear Eunuch Bao Chingming's handwriting, cursive handwriting, beautiful cursive handwriting. I also have some of mine, just pieces of paper I drawn on. And this is my favorite print. This is a print by Mart's PNG. It's a trans positivity, trans rights or human rights print, and I am in love with the quote and the art basically. I truly believe that God wants humanity to share in the act of creation. Because what are we if not creative beings? An essential part of our life is creating art. That even wars are fought over it. Things are defined in wars so that they could define what art is and what isn't. I don't know. I just like it. Not really. I don't know. I do know. I just don't have the right words to express them because my mind runs in a mile more than my mouth do. That's why sometimes often I am more non-verbal in real life, in many hours of my life. And this is just a painting I did with the kids, the neighborhood kids that I did with them. I showed them how to make a cake. This is my drawing. Yeah. Candy. This is a mini portrait and a princess. it's nothing. It's just a kid's drawing. I have art too. Sketches. This is made in gouache. This is in a Miriam College University somewhere in near Ateneo, I think. Because I did a side job there in a school fair. And before the school fair, right outside the room that we were staying in, we were using for the school fair, there was a playground. I think it was a kindergarten students playground. There was a horse there in a beautiful place. It is on my IG. I have pictures on there. And this was during my first Comiket Pride last year. No, not last 2024, last 2023. Because in 2024 I didn't get to go. Yeah, I didn't. I'm the kind of person that only goes to event once. Or maybe when I like it, then I would do so repeatedly, like I do with museums, with parks, because often I walk. But with stuff like events like Comic at Pride, the sticker cons, usually I would go once, and that's enough. With concerts too, I only been in one concert, and that's enough for me. And a party once, and that's enough for me. I'm not really an outside person. This is like a self-portrait of my eye. I have a recurring theme, which is my eyes, because I was born with it's a congenital. My left eye is much more droopy and has a smaller eye hole than the other one. So I can control the upper eyelids. I have a vision mobility problem. I can't see half of my other eye when I look up. It gives me headache. So I have a recurring theme of my eye and mobility issues somehow. Then something sapphic, Be My Wife by David Bowie, but more sapphic. It's more like a sketch. An idea. Baby Ian. My baby Ian. I have a teddy bear. Not a bear. I have a teddy bear. A plushie that's been with me for the last 16 years. I'm 23 now. I had her when I was 5. So it's not 16. More likely, 8. 15 years. 15 years, not 16. Where the hell did blue come from? Strange. I didn't know where it came from. I think one of the okay. Here, I found it. I'm just gonna clean this up. The rag that I'm using. It's full of paint.